What's up, everyone? The Season 12 mid-season patch is here, so let's see what Blizzard has in store for us. Now we have the World of Warcraft collab. If you haven't seen the trailer yet, I highly suggest you check it out. Also, at this point now, you can check the Overwatch shop and see what skins are available. There will also apparently be some free rewards just by playing the game to unlock a few cosmetics as well. There's not any, we don't really care too much about the general updates here. We're mostly concerned about what's going on with the hero updates, although it does seem like there's going to be some more competitive points on the line, which is great. Always good to get more competitive points for those gold and jade weapons. But this is what we are really excited for, the hero updates. So general, armor flat damage reduction decreased from 10 to 7 per impact. That is a huge nerf to pretty much all the tanks, which is probably needed. The survivability's been a little crazy recently. The developer comments, the recent increase to armor's effectiveness improved the survivability of armored heroes more than we'd like for how passive it is. So we're tuning it down to a middle ground value. We'll see what that does. I'm excited for that change, but we'll see if tanks are just falling over more so than they used to, because the survivability's been a bit crazy, but they do still kind of just fall over a lot of the time, so we'll see. The tank roll passive's getting adjusted too. Knockback resistance reduced from 40 to 25%. That's pretty big as well. Might see a lot more environmental kills on the tanks. Developer comments, this knockback resistance value has changed a few times as the environment of the game shifts, with Juno entering the roster and bringing more sources of speed boost to help rush down the enemy team. We'd like to make tanks more susceptible to displacement again. Okay, noted. So because there's more speed focused on the game, they want to be able to make tanks suffer a little bit with that. Interesting, but we'll see how that does. Diva, they are adjusting the mech armor health, reduced from 375 to 325, so 50 armor reduced, but the mech base health is getting increased by 25. So a total drop of 25, and a good chunk of that's armor. So Diva, I mean, she needed the nerfs. She's kind of been running rampant, it feels. Developer comments, there's been a lot of community feedback surrounding Diva lately. On average, she hasn't been overperforming, but she's quite difficult to take down. So we're shifting some of her armor to normal health by reducing her max combined health by 25 armor. With armor's effectiveness being hit in the same patch, we'll keep an eye on how this plays out and adjust as necessary. I can almost imagine that's probably going to go back up. They're going to give her that 25 armor back with the nerf that they did to armor, or they'll increase armor back to where it was. We'll see. Orisa, movement speed penalty reduced from 20% to 10% while using Fortify. Developer comments, we still don't want Orisa to easily chase enemies down while fortified, since there's not much you can do to fight back during that time. So while we're not removing the movement speed penalty entirely, we are lowering it to a point where it still feels much better for Orisa to use. So a little buff to Orisa. I don't think that's going to change much. Orisa's not that good right now. Roadhog, take a breather. Resource regeneration rate increased from 8 to 10 per second. That's good. That's a nice buff for Roadhog. Developer comments, this is a revision to Roadhog's previous resource regeneration rates to improve his primary tanking ability's uptime. There were several adjustments to reduce the power of this ability, but they may not have been necessary as Roadhog has been underperforming for some time now. I mean, you say that, but like on the ladder, you just pick Roadhog and just go kill people. Don't play with your team and just go murder people. You have a good time, I'm not gonna lie. But nice little buff to Roadhog there. Sigma, his hyperspheres, impact damage reduced from 25 to 15, explosion damage increased from 30 to 40. So they took away impact damage and added more explosion damage. So he's gonna do more damage overall, because let's be honest, how often are you direct hitting with Sigma? You're usually going for that explosion damage, and he no longer damages himself, so that's nice. Developer comments, the shift in damage from the hypersphere direct impact into the explosion component is to improve the effectiveness of the airburst explosions when playing at max range and makes it more threatening against tightly grouped enemies. Yeah, no, I think that's a huge buff for Sigma, and with dive being so good right now, Sigma's been having a bit of a rough time, so this is good. This is exciting. Bastion. Configuration assault spread reduced from 2.2 to 2 degrees, so that's on his regular primary fire while he's walking. And his ultimate cost reduced by 12%, so a little buff to Bastion there. Developer comments, the spread reduction is intended to improve the assault mode weapon's effective range against smaller targets, while not changing much in regards to how good it is against tank heroes and their large size. Yes, just, I mean, a little micro buff to Bastion, that's good. Uh-oh, Cassidy. Oh god, what are they doing? Flashbang, hinder duration reduced from 1.2 to 0.9 seconds. Explosion damage increased from 45 to 75. Oh my god. Why? Ultimate cost reduced, and his ult cost got reduced. Oh my god. Developer comments, we're reducing how impactful the hinder effect is by lowering its duration, as this crowd control can be a significant source of frustration for players, since now there's less time to follow up with the shots from the weapon while the opponent is hindered. We're increasing the explosion damage for flashback. Yeah, but that 30? Increasing it by that's nuts. I think Cass is going to be really good right now. Hanzo, Stormbow. Normal arrows are no longer affected by global projectile size increases. Okay. Maximum damage increased from 120 to 125. Hey, Hanzo can one-tap 250 targets again. Time to fully charge increased from 0.72 to 0.87 seconds. So a little longer to fully charge, but he can one-tap almost the entire roster that isn't tanks again. That's amazing. I love playing Hanzo, so this is good. Developer comments on that. This change restores Hanzo's one-hit headshot kill against 250 health heroes, though it will require more accuracy with the smaller projectile size, and is now slower to charge shots to reduce how frequent the frequency of projectiles being thrown out. After trying the recent iteration of Hanzo post Season 9, we feel the one-shot capability is too essential to the core gameplay feel of these sniper heroes, similar to Widowmaker. Without a much larger rework, being limited to a smaller range of heroes that could be one-shot, the 225 HP and below, added some texture to the hero matchups, but wasn't a satisfying compromise for either side. That's fair, dude. The amount of times you hit headshots on Hanzo and people survive was getting kind of frustrating. Venture, Explorer's Resolve, shield health gained per ability reduced from 40 to 30. That's good. Venture kind of goes crazy. When you have a good Venture in your backline, it's over. Developer comments, as a highly mobile damage hero, Venture doesn't need quite as much shield health from their passive as they currently get to be successful. Even though they are a close range hero, their abilities enable them to close the gap quickly and effectively without taking much damage. This is good. This was needed. Moira, Coalescence damage per second increased from 70 to 85. So they micro buffed Moira last patch and they're doing it again here. So I think we're going to see a lot more Moira. Developer comments, Moira's ultimate didn't feel threatening enough after the health adjustments across the cast and her own lower health value. That's fair enough. We'll see what that does. I think we'll see some more Moira. Lifeweaver. Thorn Volley, maximum ammo increased from 80 to 100. So a little micro buff to Lifeweaver there. Developer comments, the increased firing duration for Thorn Volley will give Lifeweaver more damage presence, and it lines up better with his auto-charging heal timing that will help that flow nicely. So mainly just a quality of life thing for Lifeweaver, that's nice. And then Zen. Destruction Orb damage increased from 48 to 50, and Discord Orb cooldown per target reduced from 7 to 6. Okay, a little buff to Zen. I still think Zen's gonna struggle though. Just again, dive is so good right now that Zen's just having a real rough time. Developer comments, with the current addition of more speed boosts in the game, Zenyatta and generally more poke-oriented team compositions by extension have fallen off a bit due to how immobile and vulnerable they can be. We've tried increasing his health in the past, but it's proven problematic, so instead we're leaning into his glass cannon nature. We're improving his damage this time, which should enable new breakpoints in how many shots are required to eliminate an enemy. Yeah, I mean, nice buff to Zen. I still don't think he's gonna be good right now. Couple map updates. So Clash fast respawn after a point has been captured has been removed from Clash. We'll be looking to implement an alternative version for it for Clash in the future. Respawn times for defenders gets reduced by 2 seconds for each segment the attackers secure on the final capture point, so a little easier to defend, I guess. On Flashpoint, the initial boost of speed heroes receive when leaving spawn has been increased in duration from 1 to 2 seconds, so a little quicker to get back to fights on Flashpoint. That's good. And increase maximum potential duration of speed boost effect from 5 to 6 seconds. Yeah, so just gonna be a little quicker to get back to Flashpoint. I mean, that's everyone's biggest complaint about Flashpoint is just it's a walking simulator, so that's a good change. Tank buffs pretty much across the board, at least all the ones that have armor on them, so that'll be interesting to see what happens. I think Moira's gonna get played some more. I don't think the Zen changes are gonna help him. Hanzo's back on the menu, so that's really nice. Yeah, I'm excited to jump in on the mid-season here now that's live. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button, hit that sub button too, so you know when all our new videos go live, and leave a comment. It all helps the algorithm, and I will catch you all next time.